Hello, I have two questions. One, where does the term cold turkey come from? Because it's like the idea of stopping something like immediately and forcefully, I guess. You know, a smoker goes cold turkey, they don't smoke anymore. Why cold turkey? Is it like cold turkey as in like the meat that is cold, or is it like something about the country? I don't know where it comes from. Two, look at that. You see this? You see the discoloration in my digits? What do you think that is? Any knowers out there? Really think about that for a minute. All right, now that you've thought about it, let's move on. As you can see, it is cold outside, and I don't like that. Whenever the wind gets like killer, then I lose energy. And you know what I need in life? I need energy. And so I should avoid the killer winds, right? But I have to get through the killer winds in order to, well, do the things that I need to do. And so, what do I do about this? Maybe, what should I do? I'll give the class a little bit to think about it. And maybe I'll think about it myself too. All right, so now that we've thought about it, anyone have any answers, class, please? Anyone? No? Okay, perfect. Well, I was just going to tell you anyways. I'm pretty sure that whenever you are faced with a like counterintuitive task where I need to get through the cold wind drains my energy. I need energy in order to do the things that I need to do, but to do the things that I need to do, I need to get through the cold wind. It's kind of like a recursion, like a little circular argument. A fallacy, if you will. Although this one doesn't feel phallic. That can't be the right term. It's not a fallacy. It's just like a circular kind of thing, because all of these things can still be true, and it's not like a cold wind is a pure negation of energy. It is a drainage, which means that the argument is not like purely logic. It's just like kind of logic. And so, this is where you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, as some in the industry call it, and do the work anyways. There's a lot of this, like, do it anyways kind of feeling, where you're set with a bad set of circumstances, and you're left with a couple of options. And most people will tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, lock in, twin, and do it anyways. Even if it's a difficult thing. Because, all fantastic things in life come from difficult beginnings. Because you're never gonna get into a relationship if you never put yourself out there. But if you put yourself out there, then there's a possibility of being rejected, and rejection is a scary thing that we don't want. So there's this idea of risk behind doing it anyways, and oftentimes the risk will mostly just be like something that humans are adverse to, whether it's cold, whether it's rejection, whether it's social ostracization, that word, then that's all internal. But whenever risks enter the realm of the external and you are risking something that is not inherently you, whether it's your ego or your social standing, then things get riskier. And I guess this is why businesses will want business people who are familiar with business to do business, because there's more risk associated with it. Of course, this can just be a bunch of people who are still risking everything. They're just average people. They're just allowed this power, you know? But either way, what you're left with is the choice to do it or to not do it. And doing it is going to be more difficult, have a chance of failure, rejection, although failure and success are always changing. Failure today might mean not passing a class, and failure tomorrow might be bankrupting a business, and then failure the next day might be like losing your wallet or something. I don't know. Failure is ever changing, and failure to me usually is whenever you give up or whenever you stop trying, you know. They're synonymous. And then success is also ever changing. So success to you right now and success to you in the future will look very different. Your idea of success will always be changing, but there are multiple layers to this success. You can extrapolate it out and see that with success you have, I guess, this internal reward for success of learning new skills, getting like validation from others, or like performing well, you know, performing high performance in yourself. And then there's extrinsic rewards of success, whether it's like actually doing the thing you wanted to do, the thing you wanted to do being successful, the thing you wanted to do being adequate. And all of those are varying degrees of success on two different spectrums, but there's always going to be different ways to measure your success. So you don't have to be so one-track mind with success. You can be more laid back, I guess, and know that what you don't deem as success today might be like an astounding success for like you in the past or you in the future. And it's just your expectations that are changing. And so you'll see this task and you'll get good at the task. And then you'll try and perform high at the task and maybe it doesn't work out. But the fact that you still got good at the task is success. It's more so than before, and it'll probably be more so after whenever you've forgotten the task. And isn't that success in its own right? Even if you didn't perform to your highest standard, you still performed it all. And I think that's an important thing to look at. And it can be very difficult to really look at that whenever you're in the middle of doing it, or right after, or right before. It's hard to get this clear headspace that allows you to see the truth of how many different perspectives there is, because oftentimes your brain will just be like, do this, do this, do this, do this. You know, it's ride or die. And even if you die, you still did it. Or you still attempted to do it. And that's an important thing to look at. So, anyways, toodles.